Mark McIntyre, Chair of the Southampton Village Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. With me tonight are my fellow board members Jane Clare, Susan Stevenson, Kathy Buxton. Nina Anker is absent tonight, so our alternate board member Quinn Pofield is with us. So with that, we have quorum. So motion to open the November 10th meeting of the Southampton Village Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. That was a long sentence. Also joining us tonight, our Planning Director, Alex Wallach. Council is Alice Cooley. Jackie Allen is taking notes by Zoom tonight, so please speak into the microphone so she can take accurate notes. And Sage Certain's running video, so with that, I believe we are off. One note for tonight is the next meeting following this will be the Monday after Thanksgiving, which is November 24th.
After? Before.
I mean before, thanks, sorry, before, so, which is November 24th.
It's not confusing. Everyone does things.
Okay, so with that, let's start with minute approval from October 27. Did everyone receive the minutes from October 27?
Yes.
That was present. Are there any additions or changes?
Nope.
No. Okay, so motion to approve the minutes of October 27. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now we have a series of written decisions. The first one is Kurt and Lorena Strunk at 7 North Sea Road. Do you want to top line as council?
Yep, this is an application for a certificate of appropriateness to construct a rear dormer addition. This is a contributing structure, and the historic consultant advised that it would be beneficial to preserve the salt box profile to reduce the impact of the dormer by setting back the dormer 1 to 2 feet on the north side. The applicant did do that and set in the dormer by 2 feet.
Okay. Board members, did you have a chance to receive the written decision, and did you read it? And if you did, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So now I'm going to motion to accept the written decision for 7 North Sea Road. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Good. That was clear. Okay. Next up, we've written decision for East End Holding LLC at 3840 and 42 Jobs Lane.
This was an application for a certificate of appropriateness to construct 3 adjoining commercial buildings on a property where the board previously approved demolition.
Okay. Board members, did board members receive and have a chance to review the written decision?
Yes. Yes.
If so, were there any additions or changes?
No.
Okay, so then motion to approve the written decision for East End Holding. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Jane? You and I? You're an aye? You're an aye?
I'm an aye.
Okay, you weren't
Can
there.
everyone
Oh, wait.
say aye?
And and all opposed, me, I'm opposed.
Okay.
Okay. So that takes us to the next written decision, which is 5 Boys LLC at 103 Great Plains Road. Do you want to top line us?
This is a certificate of appropriateness to alter prior approved plans to construct a pool house.
Okay. Board members, did you receive the written decision?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay. Motion to accept the written decision for 5 Boys LLC at 103 Great Plains Road. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the fourth is the written decision for 173 South Main Street for Perry LLC. Board members, did you receive the written decision?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
Nope.
Okay. Motion to accept the written decision to approve 173 South Main Street application. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Oh, I can run for this.
So with that, we have no carryover matters for signs and no new signs, so it takes us first. We have a demo evaluation for 346 Meadow Lane, but the historic report is still pending on that, so that will remain on the agenda, I believe. Okay. And then do we have the adjournment request we have for December 8th from Meadowmere, was that approved in the last meeting?
I can't remember what it was, yeah.
Okay. Because it's not re-highlighted.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
So that takes us to public hearings, historic carryover matters, the first of which is 32 Ox Pasture Road.
Good evening, board members.
Hi. Good evening.
I'm Liz Vale with the law firm of Greenberg Traurig, 2317 Montauk Highway.
And I'm Allison Carr, I'm
the project manager for the from Douglas Wright Architects for the proposed residence at 32 Ox Pasture.
Okay.
For you. So, this is the one you're going to be talking about? Yeah. Can we just put it here, but facing that way so that
Nope,
they
it's
want
gonna
to
be
zoom
facing
in?
you.
Is that right?
Nope, other way.
Facing us? Okay.
Yes.
I always get that wrong. Thanks.
It changed.
It did? Is
It
that
did.
why? Okay,
Every few
thanks.
years.
Okay. There we go.
I think it's every few meetings.
At the previous ARB meeting on the 27th, the committee stated that they found the house to be extremely busy and they felt that the design needed to be simplified. We've made modifications to the design of the house to address those concerns and submitted a new set of renderings and drawings. It was noted that the use of 3 different shapes of shingles on the facade contributed to the overall busyness of the design. So we have removed the scallop-shaped shingles altogether. The house is now primarily clad in rectangular shingles, and there are a few accent panels of the diamond-shaped shingles, and we feel that that helps to unify and simplify the design. There were also some objections to the usage of many different shapes of windows along the facade, and that also contributed to the busyness of the design. We have eliminated, and primarily the concern was regarding the oval-shaped windows in the stair tower. We have eliminated all of those oval-shaped windows and replace them with rectangular windows, which are the exact same design as the window to the left, to create a more unified and harmonious design, and make it a little bit more quieter and in keeping with the overall general characters of the neighborhood. We've also pared down the trim along the front and rear facades, eliminating the brackets at the gables and simplifying the profiles to give the house a simpler, less ornate appearance. And we've revised the design of the insert panel of the railing, eliminating the decorative interlocking diamond pattern and replacing it with a simple traditional Chippendale panel that is appropriate, we believe, for the character of the neighborhood.
Okay. I'm sure I'm looking at the right one here.
I think it's this one,
Yeah.
November 3rd.
Oh, yeah, I was comparing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, board members.
I know. It's still good.
Anyone have comments?
So essentially, we'd like to know if there's different, other changes you'd like to see, if the changes are sufficient.
I'll start from my opinion, and you guys jump in.
Great.
I think the reduction of the oval windows and the the stair tower, the turret at the front, actually calms it down a little bit. And I think you've taking away all the diamond shingles and went all the way across the front, and focusing on the tower, front-facing stair tower, gave it its own presence that's a little calmer and a little better. I think the change that you've made to the railing is an improvement. So I think it's going in the right direction in terms of getting simpler and in patterns and styles that are a little more typical to what we normally see in this part of the village.
Good, thank you.
Other board members?
I also think removing some of the bands across some of the roof line helped. And it made it much more historic, actually. More in keeping with the Russell Pope house that they were referencing.
Let's see, is this?
Yeah, that was October 17th, so that may be 2 behind. I may have 1 behind.
Right,
Mine may
no,
not.
that's okay.
Jane, do you have any comments?
I wasn't here for the last meeting, but I still feel that the tower the 3 windows seem rather large. in comparison to the rest of the windows in the tower?
They are taller, yes, because it's a double height space. Pardon me, I forget the date. Previously, there had been some comments that they felt that there was too much glass in the stair tower, and we reduced the overall amount of square footage of glass by approximately 50% from previous designs.
By 50%?
Yes. So this is.
I have the 17th and I have the November 3rd. There was one previous to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it looks, I mean, I thank you for all the changes you made. I think they look great. I would just, would you sort of look and talk to us a little bit about these 3 archways on the, I guess that's like more towards the service side of the house?
Yes, that's.
They seem, I don't know. They seem a little too subservient to the other half of the house to me. I don't know.
Well, if you don't mind, that area of the house is called the breezeway.
Right.
And I think you can see it best in plan.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the main entrance, the stair tower, and there's an rear entrance that connects to the breezeway, which is all open to fresh air, and then connects the house to the garage. So those open archways are meant to allow you access to that area so that you can see through and have glimpses of the continuity of the facade beyond. That's the
And you make a
design.
good point, because it looks different from the rendering to the elevation. It looks much better to me in the elevation than in the rendering. So sometimes renderings, skew the way things
Yeah.
look a bit. That would be my,
Okay. So how are you feeling about it?
feeling okay about it when I look at the rendering, at the elevation versus the rendering.
Quinn, any other comments?
No, I think it's definitely headed in the right direction.
Well,
I'm looking back and forth between the two.
Yeah, well, I'm just dealing with the current one. I think there's like a,
Susan, can you pull down your mic?
there's an indented demi-lune space over what's a bay window, I guess. Is that right? In the front. And then it's shingled just the same as, what is the point of that?
I'm sorry, I'm not certain which area.
you have a triple gang of bay windows on the right-hand side.
And above that.
And above that,
Above that
there's
is
a
You
pull-down
just filled it in
semicircle
with,
drawing.
I don't know, I don't get,
It's,
I've never seen that, that's all.
let's see if I
It's
have-
also happening on the garage.
It's frequently in shingle-style houses. There's a relief in the plane to
Yeah.
break up the facade. That is what that gesture is. It's all, previously it had scalloped shingles in
Yeah,
the
I
insert.
know.
We changed it all to rectangular shingles. And then there is an attic vent that you need for
Right,
air
that's fine,
circulation
I'm not arguing with the
above.
vent.
And we also, on the front facade, that same indentation and plane, it's about a 2-inch step back, repeats on the garage. And in that area, we have the trellis with the espalier growing in there. So it's something that happens.
That's fine, because it covers up the repetitive horizontal shingles. Yeah, somehow that just feels like,
Yeah, I think it is another thing that looks better in the plan that does in the rendering, strangely.
And maybe in the black and white elevations, should we look at it there? It's used to break up the tautness of the plane so that it doesn't feel like one large volume.
right, but I think in most cases, that's a flat surface, then surrounded by shingles. Where do I see this anywhere? I don't really, I just think it seems,
You can see it up there if you do that.
I'm sorry.
do you know what I'm saying?
It's also the same detail on the back, on the high part of the
Yes.
house, which is kind of,
And it mimics the arch along the front entryway, which is a fairly common
It mimic-
motif in
mimics-
shingle
mimics the
style
arch on this
houses.
side.
Well, have you ever seen that?
are there others that you could show us that have that?
Yes,
detail?
not
there's-
that
there's-
easy to do.
On
Bear
the,
with
on the
me
14
one
horse barn,
moment.
on the 14 horse barn that's over on Gin, there's two sections of that barn that actually do the same thing.
They do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I,
Because it also has the same, see this, the arch shingling that you're seeing here?
Yeah, yeah.
That barn had that as well.
Black here,
So I
you
think
can
there is
see it on the
historic
screen.
reference to it. I think
There you
taking the separate shingle out of it has cleaned it up,
Yeah.
but it breaks up along facade, it gives it a little undulation, which I think is fine, and more typical of what we'd see, not so many shingle patterns.
Yeah.
And then I know this is just a question. The arch, when I look at it, and you're right, because when I look at an elevation, the arch height and elevation of the triple gang of arches that you have on the, I guess it's the north side, is the same width and height as the arch that you have on the, I guess it's south side of the front facade?
so you're asking if these three arches are the same height as
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And in,
Because they don't look it in the rendering, but they look at,
There,
easily in the
yeah.
rendering, but they look like it there, which I think actually makes it, is much better.
Makes more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes more
yeah,
sense.
the idea is that there are a limited number of sizes and shapes of
Yeah.
openings,
Yeah.
and those repeat on the
Right.
facades throughout the house.
Okay. Jay, anything else?
No. Good.
Okay. Quinn? Something you'd support?
I mean, I still find it very busy, but
Me too. It's not, I can't tell if it's a deal killer or not.
right.
It just,
I'm
it's a
sorry, could
kind
you
of
please repeat
uneasy
that?
look. Huh?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat what you said previously? You can't tell if it's
A deal killer or not.
a deal killer. And
Because what we've said over and over again is that I think it's fussy and complicated. And that there's so much going on, but I don't know what the rhyme or reason to some of it is. For the sake of what? I mean, I actually sort of like how the building is, but it's what you put on it that's giving me trouble. It's still, because on the back part, they've got,
Ovals and diamonds and dentals and
yeah, a lot of stuff.
So if I'm paraphrasing, what I'm hearing is you're feeling the detailing work still needs to be moved back one more level and simplified to be more
I don't know exactly what
appropriate?
to say, I just feel like it's an uneasy, when you look at it, there's a kind of uneasy feeling. I hate to say that, but that's what I think. Like if you took parts of it, it'd be fine, but when you put them all together, like there's
so much white, it would probably, in my opinion, look a little easier on the eye if it was cedar shake.
well, it is, right, in this rendering, we have it rendered as painted cedar shakes. We did a version, if you don't mind if I share it with you,
Don't mind.
of what the same house would look like
oh my
with
God,
naturally weathered cedar shakes.
what do you know?
And
Wow,
I-
that's a whole different kettle of fish you got there. Let's see that.
I can,
Sage, can you go
Well,
in
see-
on
Oh,
that?
you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
and this roof is cedar shake, also natural.
Great.
So this is a painted,
This is
That's
painted
a painted
shingles,
white.
that's why
Yeah.
we're,
white painted.
Yes.
thank you.
A natural one that you got, yeah.
And I
Thank you.
Well, that's like a
We
whole
can
different
share.
house. Is it
Okay.
not?
Please.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Can I have a copy?
How about Alice?
Yeah, we'll give you.
She does the same
Oh.
house
is
with.
this in is this in red cedar shingle? Is it red cedar shingle as you?
Yes, but as they age, they
It's
would
not- it's-
turn browner
Right,
and
but it's not,
grayer.
that's my question. It's not yellow, it's red.
Yes.
Cedar, okay. My personal opinion is if you told me you're going to do it in shingle, you have my vote.
Me too.
Me three.
Fantastic.
Because it pulls back, you know why? The trim pops on the house, and it pulls back what look like very big planes, and it gives them a little more dimension. It feels more typical of what we see in that area, and I think it's more harmonious to that neighborhood in which you're, proposing this house.
And the
So I think-
fireplaces are natural brick now and not
Yeah.
white. That makes a huge difference. That feels more historic.
And the white trim
More
is
appropriate.
Yeah.
is good.
Right, and then the white
Parts of
trim
it
makes
that are white are
sense.
good.
Well, what do you
Okay.
think about natural?
Great.
What do you think about natural shingle?
We like them, we use them often,
Okay.
and we suggested them for exactly that reason. We
Like,
thought that.
like the brackets for the arch stand out now?
Yeah, it's a whole
The-
different thing.
There's a few differences here. You've got like half circles instead of square windows in over that bay window. Who cares? I don't know. It just feels like this house feels much more harmonious and akin to the neighborhood. And I feel the business is almost, because in the all white, it's almost has a wedding cake problem in its size. That when you break it up this way is so much better. But if that works for you, I think you're hearing that it works for us.
Certainly works for us.
Can I also ask, in the rendering that you just gave us, it removes all the dentals and detail that are on the turret, I'm gonna say?
Yes, yes.
I think that's another good
Yeah,
call.
we prefer that
Totally.
as well.
Yeah, looks
Like
great.
that- I think we prefer the
It's
whole
sort
thing.
of Georgian
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Okay, from that, I'm going to say, do we have any questions from the public? Comments from the public?
What was the date that the digital plans were submitted? Just want to make sure we have those on the file.
Last Monday.
Yeah.
And who
Okay,
they have come from?
so
I didn't
let's
see
see
it.
if I can.
The original plan?
Let's see if I can figure out how to motion this.
Great.
Okay, so I'm going to move to accept the application for 32 ox pasture
Certificate.
based on the alternative move to written decision, for a certificate of appropriateness for 32 ox pasture for drawings that were submitted as alternative drawings that are dated November 10th, 2025, that show the house in natural red cedar
With white trim.
with white trim.
And brick chimneys and less dentils.
And, well, based on this
Drawing,
all
yeah, yeah,
details based on this rendering. Is there a second?
Second.
Does that work for you as a motion,
Perfect.
Counselor? Oh,
Yeah.
great, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
This
board
is this is a
members.
picture worth 1,000 words situation.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
This
you
is
so
great.
much.
Interesting to see how different it
Thanks for
was.
your patience with this
Yes.
process.
Thank you.
It fits so much better on the street, too.
Okay, so that now takes us,
Well,
that takes us to 328 South Main Street. Hello. If you could introduce yourself, please.
Sure. My name is Scott Satil, a partner at Ferguson, Shamamian Architects in New York
Okay.
City.
Now, we did receive Zach, did we have Zach's report in the last meeting, or that's for this meeting?
We have,
I don't think it was at the last
it
meeting.
was not at the last meeting.
Okay.
Was it?
No.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Okay. Did you all receive the historical board?
Yeah, somewhere.
All right. Sir, go ahead.
Great. So this is House 328 South Main Street.
Yep.
Sorry, so the additions that we're looking to make are at the rear of the house. Is it not being shared?
Are they rear or technically side? One of them
Side,
is
sorry, side
Yeah.
and rear.
Okay.
Since the last presentation, we added a few more pieces of information into the presentation. Some historic photos of the original house, which is 1890s, and began to be added on to very quickly in its history. As well as finding documentation from the 1990s edition, sort of confirming that the wing that we're looking to add most of the windows in is indeed the 1990s portion.
I'm going to ask you to put that mic a little bit closer. Sure. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm sorry I wasn't here at the last meeting. What are you calling the 1990s wing?
The wing that is
The garage?
the garage, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
And then, again, an addition of a bay window just underneath where we're proposing to add our dormer window.
Okay.
So this is, it looks like we're on a bit of a delay. So, and then on sheet PH 003, showing where we would like to add the proposed dormer on the 3rd floor. Technology problem. Maybe if I lay this down, you
Are
can
these all
use-
the same changes you proposed last meeting, but we were waiting for historic report? Okay,
Yes.
so this is no new information, this you all know this.
Not new information. The only thing that's new in the proposal is the addition of photographs
Okay,
showing the confirmation that the window in what we're calling the historic portion of the house, the 1890s portion of the house, has already been previously replaced.
yeah, looked like most of the windows have previously been replaced.
Correct. There are a
If
few
you
that,
compare, if you compare the
Best.
Mutton ones and most of that house, the front door, it looks like almost all of them have been replaced.
that's correct.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. Well, I'm gonna move you forward. It sounds like you guys are waiting for more information. Based on the information you have, do you have additional questions?
No.
Okay. I just have one. Let me get the drawing of the proposed dormer. I actually have two.
Okay.
Where the proposed dormer is, where's my picture? All the rest, tell me about, that's to be a diamond window. Are you doing that in lead, or are you doing that in, because the rest of the diamond windows of the house are leaded windows. Are you proposing to do that in leaded windows to match the rest of the historic windows in the house?
We had been proposing it to be in white painted wood, muntins, so we're using the diamond pattern that are elsewhere, but using the sort of thin muntin pattern that's around, say, some of the
'Cause
special front doors.
When I walked around the house, most of one of them needs serious repair, but when walking around the house, it looked like most of the windows that were diamond were leaded windows and not
I
muntin
think that
windows.
is correct.
So I would just prefer that match, if we're adding to the historic part of the house, I prefer if we're going to do that would match that up and do that in
We
a
would
leaded
accept
window
that.
pattern. And my only other question is, I don't see where the window changes, I realize it's the new addition, so this is not a deal killer, but over the garage, where you propose the wagon wheel arched windows,
The
where
Palladian
you're replacing the
window,
triple gang?
Right.
I don't see anywhere else in the entire house that has that configuration of window. So I feel like replacing the windows I totally get because they're rotten and falling apart, but the triple gang pattern there and adding that detail that doesn't seem to be echoed anywhere else in the house doesn't feel quite as, it's not deal killer, to
Mhm.
quote Susan, but it's, I don't know that it's as successful as another pattern might be against the rest of the architecture of the house.
I guess we were thinking that, this is again, trying to make a taller window inside the gable window. The arch felt harmonious to us, and like other Palladian windows, elsewhere in the village nearby in shingle-style buildings.
I guess my question is, does it feel appropriate to this structure? But
Yeah.
I
I would
ask-
agree
I
with
would
you,
ask the
Mark,
question
that
before
that was one of my concerns. There are no other Palladium windows in the house.
Quinn, Susan, do you have an opinion on that?
I thought that one was getting changed.
What? Say that?
I thought that was getting changed. That one's staying with the.
No, it's getting changed to a Palladian window. Right now, it's a triple gang of windows
With the taller.
with the taller in the center. Now the proposal is to change so the center window is Palladian.
That does
Yeah,
seem
that
really,
seems-
everything's angular.
Everything angles the
Right.
house except for
Right.
that, and that's the 90s edition. I just feel like it's the one thing that feels
I mean, it's pretty much
incongruous
That you
with the
could
house.
fix.
It's a hodgepodge,
Yeah.
but I don't think that adds anything. It's unnecessary and complicated.
So then my question would be, if it weren't going to be Palladian, would you want her to do 3 even-sized windows or leave it the way it is and just replace it?
Probably leave it the way that it is and replace it so that we maximize the window height.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Those are my only questions. Anybody else?
me too. That was my question.
Are there any comments from the public? All right. So I'm going to motion to move to written decision to approve the application for 328 Main Street based on drawings originally issued October 22nd with two stipulations: that the diamond-shaped window in the dormer on the historic house be done in leaded windows to match existing, and the triple gang of windows in the new addition be replaced as is, not in the Palladian, not in as a Palladian windows as indicated on the plan. Can you work with that?
Could I make one request in that?
of course.
As opposed to having it be three windows that, let me see if I can get back to the original. Three windows that are varying in height, if we could maybe make three windows that are equal with a transom above it?
I actually like the transom
The
concept.
transom, I think the transom would be fine.
Yeah, I think that works
Yeah,
better.
I think that
So-
works better.
so
The
instead of
thing
where
I'm-
we have the
I get that you
Palladian-
want the more light. The thing I'm objecting to actually
Yeah.
is the Palladian, the introduction
So,
of new
so basically taking
language.
the half round out and making a rectangular
Yeah.
transom,
Yeah.
but that way
Yeah.
I can get all of my muntins and everything going across the
up.
window
Okay.
to be even. Right now,
Um,
they jump in height.
We can, Counselor. Are you comfortable that we're going to approve it with, that's verbal, he's here?
Yes.
And then we can review it in the drawings before we vote on the certificate of appropriateness?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to start again on my motion.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to motion to accept the application, to move to written decision, the application to accept for, based on drawings from October 22nd, 2025 for 328 South Main Street with two stipulations. One, that the diamond window in the proposed dormer match the existing leaded windows in the structure, and the two change windows, triple gang windows, as reflected in the plan as Palladian, be done as a triple gang of window with a transom over the center bay. The center window, is that correct?
That's wonderful,
Okay.
thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
I didn't mess up the motion. That's great. Okay, so that brings us to 16 Gin Lane.
Yeah, well, keep your
Right.
eyes open. Oh,
Okay,
they are
great.
my favorite, yeah.
If you'll have a seat and then introduce yourselves, that'll be great.
Good evening, Melissa Dedovich, Peconic Environmental. I'm here with the architect, Kurt Lehman.
AML Architecture in Southampton.
Okay?
Last time we were here, it seemed like the board was open to the concept of this art installation, and we were asked to bring in some renderings. So Kirk's firm did the renderings, and we provide the information on November 3rd. And we're happy to go through them with you.
So we did a series of night renderings, and we have selected a light fixture that is direct downward to minimize any horizontal light coming out of the building. And we're doing a minimum within the building to minimize any escapage of light beyond the building. You can see from the renderings, it's going to be a glow on the property, not overpowered with light. Also, the building is located 190 feet off of Gin Lane, 160 feet from the easterly property, and 230 feet from the main house. Also is contained within a series of trees that is also screening it out.
Yeah. So the purpose of this is an art gallery?
She's going to use it personally as an art gallery. She
Okay.
has quite an art collection. She's also going to have visiting artists come as well.
We also submitted the last time a letter of support from Southampton History Museum.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, Susan. I just got this today. We got a letter of support from Christina Strafield, who is the executive director of the Southampton Arts Center.
We just need to talk into the microphone because we're taking minutes remotely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, can I ask a couple of probably stupid questions?
Sure.
Okay. In the original drawing I saw for this, what are you actually bringing over? You're bringing over the steel structure, and then you're putting in a new foundation,
Correct.
new glass is going into it, a
No,
new roof?
it's the original
The original
glass.
glass is going a new roof?
There is a roof system with it. It
Yeah.
was not in the photos that were, the last time it was set up, it was indoors.
Okay.
But there is a roof system. It will have a solid roof.
Okay, and the roof system's solid. Now, and the plan for this is to downlight it, but it's an art installation. If you start lighting up the art, you can't do that from only downlights. Don't you have to have some sort of scene light fixtures aimed at the artwork, which is going to be reflected through the windows back out into the yard?
I don't think it's primarily for displaying art. She may have art evenings where she does art showings, but it's not the primary function of it.
I don't even think it's gonna be evenings, I think it's gonna be early, late afternoon, kind of, you know.
Well, in the
evening
last meeting, I wasn't there, but in the last
Mhm.
meeting, a question came up about, does this fall under outdoor lighting and therefore have to go off at 11? You state that, no, this is an accessory building, it doesn't come under that. So is there HVAC in this project? Is this heated and air conditioned 12 months a year?
The only conditioning we want to do is dehumidification for the structure itself.
And what
because
about,
it's a very valuable
what about
structure.
heat?
There would not
For-
be heat in the
No.
structure.
So if you have
The
artwork
code
and
wouldn't
art.
allow heat in an accessory structure.
No.
Okay. Okay. And just so I'm sure, you guys had gone to, did you go to the building inspector first and ask for this as a art installation?
No, it's actually just, we just said, it's actually only an accessory structure. I don't know if she's gonna put art in it, she may or, but we have the support, the structure itself is the art installation.
When you went originally to the building inspector to ask for a building permit for it, how did you describe it?
As an accessory structure.
Okay, and then he told you you had to come to us because it is in fact a structure, because it's enclosed, it has electricity, it has a
Well, we
roof,
had to
it
make
has a
sure
foundation.
Well, we had to make sure we were GFA.
Okay.
And met the accessory setbacks. And also the reason we had Steve Maresca do the foundation drawings, it had to be, you know, building code compliant and have a proper
Okay.
foundation.
Okay,
That was Chris's biggest concern was
Yeah.
the foundation system.
okay, thank you. Those are my dumb questions. I just
No,
got-
no worries.
got
You
up
were
to speed
here
while we were
listening.
talking about it.
It's not a usual project.
Well, I mean, you just have to look at your own rendering, which makes it look like, makes it look like a museum or a public place. You have
we put
someone with a
peop-
knapsack on, I believe, someone taking a photograph. They seem all like four or five unrelated parties who are going to a public space. So this is the materials you've presented to
what-
us,
and
so
what I'm s-
that does give us pause.
No, let me explain
that
why
this-
we put structures in it. When you have, first we did rendering with nothing in it, and it looked just so vacant. And we're like, well, you know, we're gonna have people going in, so it was really for a sense of space, a sense of height. The height of the building is 11 feet. So it was just to give an idea of the people that are in there. Like I said, we have the Southampton Arts Center, the Southampton Museum. People are gonna be going in when she invites her friends over, so it's just giving you a sense of spec, I guess. It wasn't for anything more than that. The original rendering they did had nothing in it. I said, we have to make it look like people can walk in it, because it's an
I
accessory building.
understand that, but this doesn't look like friends coming over. And you have to understand, these are the materials we're judging on.
I
So
understand,
this
but
looks like
it-
a public gathering space, which is my concern.
It's a 5-acre property. If she has friends over, if she has a cocktail party with 20 people, I think we should have 3 or 4 people in there. It's not.
But I will
It
tell
was
you,
really for
I
the
will
scale
tell
of the
you,
structure.
I will
Really
tell you,
for
I did look at the tape, and in your last meeting, there was a discussion about having events. And when I read the letter that you got, one of the letters was talking about looking forward to having events in the space. So it gives me pause, because one of the things we have to look at is impact on structures on surrounding neighbors and precedent of that. And both the comments that you guys made and what was in some of the written materials from last week's meeting, it talks about holding events at the space, which is more than a few people coming over to look at art. That involves traffic and neighbors and parking, and so I just want to understand what the intended use is here.
The intended use is for a single-family residence. It's my understanding from
The intended
discussions
use
with
of
the
this is not a
client-
single-family
No, no,
residence.
well,
This
it's
is
a five-
this is an accessory structure.
It's an accessory, no, but I'm saying that the property is a single-family residence. It's for the use and enjoyment of the clients. It's an unusual thing, there's not many of these particular gas stations. So Debbie, the client, Mrs. August and Mr. August, would like to invite, has said that people from the Art Center or from the History Museum want to come over. They may have like a garden, you know, we have the garden tour sometimes, it's always done above board and everything for charity events. That may happen. They're not promising it's gonna happen, it could happen, but I think the main thing is that this is something that she's gone out of her way to bring over from France that I think will add to the historic fabric of our village. So I'm
Well,
looking
I
at,
understand what that thinks, but you did say at the top of this that inviting guest artists in to do guest artist installations.
no, I didn't, no, I did
Yes,
not
well,
say
somebody
good,
did.
no.
So I didn't make
say
that
guest
up.
artist. I said if,
So
no. I
I'm
said she
just,
might
I'm a little
use it to
concerned
put.
about that. Um,
I don't think her intention is a commercial
No,
use at all.
not at all.
Okay. Other board members, questions, thoughts?
I was not here at the last meeting. I find that it doesn't at all coincide with the main building. It just seems to be kind of dropped there. It doesn't seem that it at all complements or aligns with the main house. So that's my issue right now. It also, what you're using here is not in-kind materials as to what the house is made out of.
But that's because it's not. I know you weren't at the last meeting, so do you want to explain how this?
So this structure, there was very few of them made, or very few that are left. There was probably about 100 that were made.
There are about 96 of them.
It's a
right?
Yeah,
prefab.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
No,
Jean
really-
Prouvé is
Designed by-
a
It's a
you know,
prefab.
well-known artist and architect, and it's a beautiful structure. The client is a huge Prouvé fan. Beyond his furniture, she has all this stuff. And for her, it was an object she wanted to have on her property. Because it's a building, we apply it as an accessory structure. That's the building.
I guess I would need to see, like, it just, right here from this rendering, it just looks like a shed that doesn't align with anything that's going on with the rest of the property. So that's my initial opinion about it.
I think the other thing you have to understand too is that there is really no public purview into this house, into this property between
I
Jim.
definitely know that. I know this.
Yeah, I know.
I know this well. Whether we can see it or not doesn't really matter.
I understand, but between us and Gin Lane is that 18-foot high greenhouse, which
I mean,
is
if it
its
was
own
a
thing as well.
folly, it seems like I would be more accepting, but it doesn't
Mhm.
seem to be a folly. It seems to be more a,
I think of it more as like when we get approvals on Meadow Lane and Gin Lane for statuary, for artwork. This is a
But
piece of
that-
art.
yeah, but that's not what this is. This itself is a vessel. This is a structure that
Mm-hmm.
other pieces of artwork are going into. So it is not a piece, it is, I mean, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful, look, it's a cool, beautiful building. The question is it appropriate or not appropriate? And also, is there precedent here to other places that we look in the village? But this in itself is, it's art, and because it's architecture, but it's also a vessel in which other art goes into, and then it lights up. And it actually is serving as almost an art folly to this property, if you really look at it, because it is an accessory structure. So you can't really look at it as quote unquote a piece of art, because it's enclosed, it has a foundation, it is in fact a structure, and it's a structure which holds other artwork. So we have to look at it sort of from that standpoint. Normally, you know, we've been, and you've heard us for years, we're very careful about like light pollution and window-to-wall ratio. And there's no wall, this is all window ratio.
No, it's not.
Which
No,
is,
no, no,
well,
no.
I realize the back is, but.
Half of
But
it
you've got
is-
all this big tall glass that has no lights, and the way it lights up does become a light box that reflects out into the property. Now, you've done a lovely landscape job to try to conceal that from other people, but that's also what we look at. And the other thing is there impact on other neighbors, which is the same as we look at a balcony from houses on small. We also have to look at light boxes on big. We have one letter from a affected neighbor who is a little concerned about the light pollution from that. So that's sort of all the things we're taking into consideration here.
Well, I would just point out that that if you looked at the landscape plan on here, that actually where it faces the house is the only place where the glass is there.
Right.
So
It faces
for over
toward the front
50%
door, right?
It's towards the main house,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's really not, and if you look, it's also on the side, so it's not going to east or west as well. It's just going south towards the house.
Kirk, did you do a lumen analysis?
I have a foot candle analysis, and I actually have a report from a lighting designer. And the lighting that we are proposing, you're saying is at a minimum for this building. And I can provide that. I didn't submit it because I just got it this week. Let me read this to you. The average illuminance of the floor would be 4.12 foot candles. This is low comparable to the IES target for a hallway at 10-foot candles in a circulation area, but is bright enough to navigate through the space.
I have no idea what that means.
It means it's low lit, basically, and that we're not overpowering.
I mean, I think,
What's your thought?
I think it's super cool. I like that it has nothing to do with the main house. I mean, it is a Jean Prouvé piece of art.
Well,
And I understand that she's gonna use it potentially to hang other things in, but, you know, that'll probably move around also. I also
Should we
think
talk
did a
about the standards?
what?
Should we talk about the
Mhm.
standards?
Yes,
Yes.
I'd be happy to talk about them.
Mhm.
You talk about them first.
Yeah, so we know this is a contributing structure. So the standard in the code is that an alteration of existing properties with a contributing structure shall be compatible with the surrounding historic district. And new construction, this is a new construction on a contributing property, should be compatible with the district as well. And then, you know, so I think your job here is to apply the principles of compatibility. That's the general design and character of the exterior, new construction relative to the existing features of the property, the scale and visual compatibility of the proposed exterior alteration or new construction in relation to the property itself, surrounding properties in the neighborhood, texture, color, materials, and their relation to similar features of the property and other properties in the neighborhood, visual compatibility with surrounding properties, including proportion of the property's facade, proportion and arrangement of windows and other openings within the facade, roof shape, the rhythm and spacing of properties on the street, the importance of historical, physical, and visual features to the significance of the property.
So my question is, are we considering this new construction? Because this is,
Yes.
it is an object that they're placing.
Well, it's
In a
an
garden.
object building is its problem. If it were an
Right.
object, I think
Right.
they could place it out there, but I think if you read the,
It has to
Actual
be new
code.
construction, because if it was an exterior alteration, it would be to the contributing structure itself.
right.
So those are your options.
So I think under those rules, it isn't compatible. I like the thing a lot, but unless it were considered, I don't know, legally, a piece of art and not a building, I don't think it meets the code.
Is there something they could do to make it compatible?
Could I ask a question too? Because when we looked at this too, we've been before you now for the house alterations, for the new garage. We removed that
The
other garage that
windows.
was blocking. And then we have this greenhouse that frankly was built in the 80s. And yes, it's a folly, but I would just offer that you have that, so it kind of has a history of having the greenhouse, this is that it's not too out of the ordinary, because there's already been a precedent on the property.
Do you have a
From
picture of the greenhouse?
1980.
From the 89, I believe.
Right, is
do
that
we have
that
a
little
picture?
round thing? Or-
No, it's
oh,
18 feet tall.
Oh,
Like,
I know
actually,
what
you
it
can see
is.
it over
What
there.
happened to that other thing?
Look, I know I've been asking a lot of specific.
1972 thing.
I know I've been asking a lot of specific questions. Here's how I kind of feel about it. It is a really, really cool thing.
Yeah.
I have a little more comfort the fact that it's not a year-round structure. So it's probably more of a summer structure. I do think it's cool, and I think you've gone to some great lengths to try to bring down the light pollution issues there. What I might ask you to do is a sightline analysis from it to any neighboring properties,
Okay.
because we have had a letter, and I've gotten a couple of comments from a couple of other people, because it is unusual. I mean, on the one hand, we're lucky enough in Southampton that something like this can land here.
Yes.
Land being the wrong word. Can be
No, no,
installed here. No,
exactly.
somebody called it a spaceship today, so I'm not using land. So can come in here, and I think that people have the means to bring something that has this kind of historic value and interest into Southampton is something we should consider, because houses do grow and change over time. It's not an architecturally compatible thing there because it's its own thing. But I do want to be sensitive to some of the neighbors' comments. So I think one of the things I would like to see actually is a sightline analysis to neighboring properties and a light analysis to neighboring properties. So we're just fully understanding what we're looking at here. And the one question that I will say, the one thing that, because I thought it was cool since I saw it, but the one thing that did give me pause was this whole idea about intended use. Because when someone talked about, like visiting artists and center activities there, I was just a little nervous about that.
Okay,
So,
let me correct that
so if we can
then.
just, if we can,
I don't recall saying visit, I didn't mean visiting artists.
okay.
What we really meant was, we're bringing this piece of art, she may hang some art in it, she may have some friends over, we have sometimes the garden shows and everything. that kind of thing. This is not
They may
any
do a
kind
Rose
of
Society
public.
fundraiser there,
Exactly.
which would be lovely.
Yes,
Okay.
but I'm
But it's
just-
not
that's
an
what I'm saying,
but there's not an
it's
ongoing
not-
plan of
Once or twice a
museum
summer.
exhibitions.
Once or
Okay.
twice a summer, she's opening it up
Okay.
to people to be part of it.
And I do
Okay.
know the people I've spoke to are so excited about having it here.
Yeah.
And it is a large property, which you're very fortunate about, too.
Yes. I mean,
So-
one of the other things, well, in the history of that property, the front that was, now is other houses in the front is the other thing we now have to take into consideration because of
Right.
traffic and other issues, which is the other
Mhm.
thing we're thinking about. So for me, if you could do that light analysis to surrounding properties, I would appreciate that.
We can do that,
Absolutely.
sure.
Okay?
So in terms of, sort of the board's purview over use, which isn't typical for the board to consider, they are meant to consider whether the design would impair the use, enjoyment, and desirability or reduce the values of properties in the area.
Mhm.
So that's how the use plays in.
We'll take a look. I know when we did the garage thing, we have a lot of new vegetation going up and everything, so right now, we're kind of under construction if you've been by there. So we'll have to do a light analysis based on what we're putting in there.
Yeah.
And let you.
I think that's probably doable.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can predict that. Okay. Are there any comments from the public? All right, so you'd like to, do you
Would
feel
like
we
to
can be ready?
adjourn, please.
Yeah, you can
To the
be
next-
ready for the 24th?
We're
Of
gonna try.
November, I will be here.
Good thinking.
But
They've met Thanksgiving this week.
Thanksgiving week, yeah.
Do you want to, well, do you want to go ahead and adjourn it to then, and if someone can be ready to
We
present?
can adjourn to then.
And then if you
I
can, we'll
think
just
we're
move
okay.
it forward, but let's try to help you move forward. All
Yes,
right. Motion to accept the applicant's request for adjournment to November 24th for,
Wilton Manor.
for Woolden Manor. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
All right.
Oh, a shed.
All right, so that takes us to new matters, 344 Hill Street, a shed addition to a pool house in previous approved plans.
Did we already,
He didn't appear last time.
oh, is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are they here this time?
Oh, I think they adjourned last time, but we took jurisdiction.
Right.
Last meeting?
We did.
Do you know when they adjourned to?
Today.
Okay.
Yes, he says they're coming in now.
Okay, so, well, then I'm going to, at Chairman's request to...
No, they're coming in.
No,
Oh, they're coming in? Oh, they're by Zoom, okay, all right.
Oh.
Good.
Ah, here we go.
Okay.
Good evening, board. Spaceship.
Yeah.
Mark.
Hello, if you could introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Anthony Portillo, A&P Architecture. We were in front of the board at the time of the renovation to the house and the new pool house. It was approved. The owner would like to add a small shed. We had a outdoor shower proposed originally, and that's being removed, and he is wanting to put a shed there.
Do you have plans you want to share with us?
Yes, I can share. So the shed is being incorporated here. It's 6 foot by 7'9" in plan. Two hinge doors.
Can you show us elevations? There we are.
Sure. So it's a simple gable matching same pitch. And we will match the siding and the shingle color. That's the rear. Side elevation. That's the side elevation. Same trim, same siding, same roofing.
So the square footage you're adding is? 24.
6 by 7'9", so.
Did I hear you correctly that this was an outdoor shower that you're now making a shed instead?
Well, we had proposed originally an outdoor shower in this location, and we're no longer building that outdoor shower, so we're proposing a shed
You're
here.
putting a roof on it. Okay. Board members,
Did we get to the square footage?
6 by 7,
Oh. Okay.
42.
40, yeah.
I think it's small.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's tiny.
Glenn?
I have no issue.
Yeah, no objections.
Okay, any
Right.
comments from the public? Okay, then motion to move to written decision to accept the application for 344 Hill Street from
Oh, sorry.
drawings presented on November 10th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, board. Have a good night.
That takes us to 11 Henry Street. New matters, public hearings, non-historic carryover matters.
Hello, good evening. I'm Marianne Horwath. I'm one of the owners with my husband, Michael. And this is,
I'm CEO Liu, I'm the architect.
at the last meeting, we were asked to come back with a better rendering. And we have a new rendering that we have submitted. I think everyone has a copy of it.
Is this the submit date,
Is
November
this it?
3rd?
Yes.
All right.
And we were asked at our first meeting to change the profile of the front. So we recessed the garage by about 8 inches, thinking that was going to do it. But on suggestion of this board, we tried hard again to find a way to recess the garage. And this time we were able to do it in even more than 8 inches, but we did it for 10 inches more. So now we're up to 18 inches,
Okay.
or 1.5 feet. So we have a 1.5 foot recess. And we have the cedar shingle on the garage roof that matches the roof of the house. And I thought if we use a white garage door, it will also blend in better with the house, with the white shingles.
Do you have a rendering of the new,
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not
This is
finding it.
this is the old rendering, that we have a metal roof here,
Right?
and we changed it into the wood roof.
Cedar shake roof.
One at a
and
time.
white.
Yeah.
And then you were
Okay.
not here last time.
Hang on, whoa, whoa.
Hey, pause. Jackie's taking minutes remotely, and there's
Yeah.
no way she's going to be able to take minutes if everyone's talking at the same
All
time.
right.
Okay. Are you clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And last time you were not here, we did change the color of the windows. It's gonna be that gray. and
Lighter.
Yeah, and it's the white shingle, so that's.
I
the
wasn't here, but I
combination.
watched the tape.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we did recess the garage and then more, and we changed this slope into a wood roof.
I think it's much better.
Me too.
Thank you.
I wish you could push it back more, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
make a big deal about it.
I'm just going to put something quickly, say something very quickly. In this part of the village, normally, because you talked about houses, the streets, you're a 0.37 acre lot. The one next to you, I think, is a 0.18, and the 0.18 on the other side. Normally in these lots, garages would be in the back far corner. In the 2018 update to Village Code, garages now have to be 15 feet off property lines. The garage that's currently, sometimes when we have a pre-existing non-conforming garage, you don't, because you have a 2-story garage that's sitting almost in the middle, in the back of the property. So when we originally looked at this, the reason I asked for the garage to be recessed is that you just had one big plane with the garage there. And to my opinion, this way that it sets back is much more harmonious. And I think it works well on that property. And we don't have a pre-existing non-conforming garage to consider, which in other cases we might. Yeah, I think it's much improved from my angle.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for listening. I think it looks good.
Reluctantly, yes.
Any comments from the public? Okay, so then with that, I'm going to motion to approve the application for 11 Henry Street based on drawings presented November 10th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so that takes us to 1860 Meadow, exterior alteration to a second story and front of residence. Hello again. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And this is,
This is new and different from
What
what we
is
have
this?
already.
This is-
do we already have this?
Well, there's some other, there's a rendering in here.
It's,
You-
it would be
Yeah.
helpful if
Yeah,
you
Can I
brought
have a
this
Materials
up
are
on
actually,
time.
Is this something
well,
we have, or is
hang
this
on.
something-
Materials are actually due before the meeting, so we're not looking at them in real time. So materials due date for this was actually Tuesday? Yeah. So you're here, so we're gonna move forward, but in the future, we don't accept materials in the meeting, because
I apologize.
these are all volunteers to spend their time, and we go through this entire
It's for the
box to be ready
public.
for a
It's
meeting.
not fair.
So it's not fair for us to be doing this
So
in
I
real time,
don't
and it's not
think-
fair to the applicant for us to be looking at things in real time, but go ahead.
I apologize for that.
So is this, before you, this is a dramatic change, is this what we're talking about here?
That is what we're talking about, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So, again, I apologize. Sean Leonard, the architect.
Okay?
I also have Mrs. Stam, the owner
Yes.
of the property. She is also here. I just want to start again. She's the original owner of the house. She's maintained the house both inside and out for the last 45 years. Recently, after signs of some deterioration on the siding and the windows in the front of the house, has been discovered that the cantilever that we have there has been starting to sag about 3.5 to 4 inches. When we look into this, the structural members of the house go into the house, so for us to do any major repairs to that would be very costly and invasive, because the inside of the house is in good shape. It's just this one area here that we were talking about. Mrs. Stam, she loves her house, loves her property. She's proud of the fact that she does not have a lawn, and she has, kept the landscaping of the property with native plants and keeping everything natural with the beach environment. She's not seeking to demolish the house or add any additions other than what we're showing here to the house. After 45 years, she would like just to make a little change. After being there was doing the improvements and all that. So the proposed addition would still maintain the house size, address the structural issues, and improve the interior, especially the kitchen and office, which is on the front of the house. Over the years, the curve that's there has been a challenge for both the layout of both rooms. She has no intentions of moving. It has become a destination for her to gather with her grandchildren and great-grandchild. She would like to, make these minor improvements to help living in the house a little nicer. Since the house, the existing house is modest in size for Meadow Lane, it's not a very large house. And the proposed changes that, would not be out of character with the street or the area. It would be a negligible change to the exterior and a vast improvement to the interior for us. So as you'll see from the renderings, and I do, again, apologize for bringing to you the renderings and drawings, that from the last time, we've kept the ribbon of windows that happen along that second floor. So we would maintain that ribbon that goes on that second floor there. But the overall size, scale, and appearance of the house would still be maintained. So we're not looking to change any of that. Do you have any questions?
I'm just going to interject what I'm trying to do since
Okay.
I've lived in the house for 45 plus years.
Yeah.
Is since I have to make the.
Congratulations, by the way, it's a beautiful house.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
By the way, a past mayor of Southampton married us in that house, too.
Yeah.
So a lot of sentimental, Bill Hattrick. What I'm really trying to do is correct a structural issue. I mean, if you walked in my house, you could see that the cantilevered section, since I'm on pilings and over 45 years have shifted, my office literally has a little decline of about 3.5 inches. So to structurally correct it in the most cost-effective way is to open up the front. And in so doing, I'd just like to kind of change the look of the house a little bit, having lived in it for 45 years. So I'm not really adding or anything. I'm just literally taking kind of that curve and squaring it off to be consistent with the rest of the squared house. So it's a very minor modification to somewhat change the look, so I feel like I have something a little new, rather than just the structural correction that's required. So that's, I guess, my best way of summarizing it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Board members?
Well, I personally love the old look myself. I hear what you're saying. I think it isn't a minor change, it's a big change. But it might not be catastrophic. That's how I'm going with it.
I agree with you, Susan.
I mean, I hear
But
what
I'm
you're
okay
saying.
with the-
I loved
but
your
I'm
house
okay
when
with
I
the
went up that
change.
driveway and saw that it was modest but cool. It really was. Super cool. We don't have a lot of that going on.
Well, and as I say, I'm not making any real structural changes.
I think this rendering makes it somewhat acceptable. How's that? Terrible.
So you
I'm
are
s-
gonna support the cantilever now?
Yeah, I'm, you know, I would prefer if I could keep it cantilevered, because it's a very clean look.
Mm-hmm.
But given that I am on pilings and the sands continue to shift, not to say I'm gonna live there another 45 years.
You want someone
Wish
to play,
I could.
You want to be able to play marbles in your office without them all going to the corner,
Thank you, at
apparently.
3.5%, yeah.
Lots of even,
Grandchildren with toys will all go
not
to the
even
corner.
on the beach houses shift out here. It's wild.
Well,
So I
but
understand
45
what you're
years,
saying.
I was gonna say, there aren't too many houses in my area that are that old, to tell you the truth.
So I wouldn't say no, I guess.
Glenn, where are you
I'm
going?
disappointed. How's that?
I would agree, like, it's such an
It's-
interesting
It was the real
part
deal.
of, Meadow Lane that I hate to see it, like, change, because now we look at these and they're like, oh, so cool. And I love that you brought this. It's hilarious.
We didn't think it was so funny at the time.
I'm sure not, but now how the tides have changed.
Exactly. Well, the only other comment I would make is you do not see my house from the road.
Yeah, but we
All
can't
right,
do
it's
that.
just, it's basically myself, my
If all the
family, and friends.
landscaping went away, we would see your house from the road.
Oh,
I mean, It's a
but-
real thing, and a good thing.
Susan? I'm sorry. Jane, where are you coming?
I totally understand, and change is inevitable and growth is optional, so I'm okay with it. I understand.
I come across that even if you seriously decrease the radius of those circles, but left them as curves at the corners, you've maintained at least, even with under the post, you could have maintained a hint of what the original structure was, and then changed the fenestration above it, if it weren't just completely square. But for me, I guess it's not the hill to die on. So with that, any comments for the public?
The usual interest.
Okay, so I'm going to motion to approve the application for 1816 Meadow Lane based on drawings dated November 4th, 2025, and presented on November 10th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
There you go. Enjoy your house. Keep enjoying your house, I should say, after all these years. It's such a beautiful house. Okay, so that takes us next to 100 Halsey Lane, 207 Halsey Street.
Oh, no wonder I can't find it.
I know, it was-
Something
that one
else.
had two descriptions.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
to
it's
know
somewhere.
the age of this house.
What?
We needed the age of this house.
The age of the, do we get it?
Don't know.
Oh, no, we asked about it, didn't we?
Sure did.
Okay.
Okay, if
Good
you'll
evening.
introduce yourself.
Last session, the board had two comments. One was from the gentleman about this roof
No, we
here.
have to
I don't
start
know
with
if
the
you can-
demo.
Oh,
We have to start with the demolition.
did we
Oh,
do
yeah.
the demo?
No,
Oh,
we have to do it.
okay.
Go ahead, Mark. Wait, do we have the
We-
age of the existing house? I think we asked for
I
it.
think the question was, what's the age of the existing house?
That was right. Good for you.
Do we know yet?
We wanted to know the age of the house.
Right, I have the
Okay.
report from the village.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Great.
1956, it looks like.
What a great year.
1956?
Yeah, I was born that year.
Oh, excellent year. Thank you.
You need cake.
And it was altered in 93,
I think it's adorable house.
Yeah.
and again in 2014.
Here, I'll share with the other guys, or I'll give it to them.
207 Halsey, right?
I love these things.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you
What
have the
does it
rendering
say?
before you.
1956.
It was built in, looks like January 1956. They had a
Okay.
permit for single-family dwelling. A fence was put up in 86. A swimming pool was added in 1990, and there was an alteration to the dwelling on 120, permit on 12193.
Okay.
And then in 2014, they converted the garage to living space and added 51 square feet in 2015. So it's had a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay. We're outside the historic district, so the question becomes, would we seek a landmarking on this, landmark status on this house?
No.
Okay. So then it would actually come.
I personally think the house is absolutely adorable and, sort of bungalow-like and just so perfect for that corner that I'm concerned about the demo.
Well, we have to
Well, according-
landmark.
I
yeah, according-
understand,
according to
but I
the-
have to
choice.
put that out there, I have to
Okay.
say that.
All right, so with that.
I'd rather landmark it than tear it down.
Okay. Then I'm going to, I think if we went through the standards for landmarking, it wouldn't hit them.
Yeah.
It's not even a famous person, it's not a famous architect. So I am going to motion that the Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation will not seek landmark status for 207 Halsey. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay.
One. Okay. You good, counsel?
Yes.
Okay. Now, moving forward.
The only comment the board had was this roof here, which we changed it from a straight roof to a sweeping roof with decorative brackets.
Where is, do you,
Remember on the side?
It was just hanging
It
out
was
do
just
have
hanging.
oh, yeah, oh,
this
yeah.
We just
Okay,
added
yes,
brackets.
I got it.
Yeah.
Now what, now we added brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think that's better? Maybe not.
I think it's a little better somehow.
All right. Oh, I see, it's better in the color rendering.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
And also keeps your porch inside the building envelope, probably.
Right.
Inside your setback. Is that correct?
True enough.
Without putting
Yeah.
poles down, you stay inside your setback, is that correct?
I'm sorry, I
Does
have
it-
it
but
here.
the way the brackets are, instead of going forward with the poles, you stay
Yeah.
inside your setback?
Yeah.
That's my guess here. Okay.
Good guess.
Gotta get
Board
my hearing
members?
aid. One
I'm
of these
okay
things.
with it. I mean,
I don't object.
Yes, I think it looks good.
Okay.
That was our
Any
vote.
comments from the public? Okay. Then motion to accept it. Thank you for listening.
Thank
you for
you.
coming back. Motion to accept the application for 207 Halsey 100 LLC from drawings dated November 4th and presented on November 11th, 2025. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good
Do you
night.
need that eye on that?
Okay.
Alice, you have the form you need?
That takes
for
us
the
to
demo?
new matters, 72 Bishop's Lane for demolition evaluation and to construct a two-story, single-family dwelling with detached garage.
Good evening. My name is Brian Glasser. I just wanted to get started with, I think we have to present the demolition application first?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So the property I'm representing is 27 Bishop Lane, Southampton.
72.
72, sorry.
Yeah, 72.
What we're proposing to demolish is a house, a current home that was built in 1996. I don't believe it has any historical value. It was roughly 2,700 square feet. The architectural style was you should have all the pictures of the existing structure that was in the file. I can show you if you need to see it. It's a contemporary 1.5-story gabled roof, which that style home was built between 1915 and 1970. The materials that it was constructed of were wood frame structure, asphalt roof with vertical painted siding.
Oh, yeah.
What year was it built?
1996, I believe.
Okay, I'm not loving it, so. I don't think we need to keep
You're not
it.
gonna get any
I think the question is this a house upon which you would consider seeking landmark status?
No. Right, no.
Okay. So then
Definitively.
I'm going to motion that the Architecture Board will not seek landmark status for 72 Bishop's Lane for the structure that's currently there. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now,
All right, moving on to the proposed house. So so the current property is located on the east side of Bishop Lane. It's roughly 85 feet north of Hill Street. It's just at 20,000 square feet at 0.46 acres. That's the size of the current lot. The home that I'm presenting is a shingle-style house that you guys, have seen in my designs in the past. We're using natural wood shingles, consist of complex gable and hip roof lines with a 12-on-13 sloping roof that break from the second-story ridge all the way down to the first floor plate height to give you that horizontal feeling and help break down the massing. I do have large roofed overhangs, covered entry porches and patios, and we are also proposing a two-car detached garage, which conforms to the current building codes. The materials that we're using, starting at the roof, is a Perfection Alaskan yellow cedar. Gutters are going to be round lead-coated copper with or half-round leaders with round gutters. I'm saying that backwards. Half-round gutters with round leaders, and that's going to be a lead-coated copper product. The siding is also going to be an Alaskan yellow Perfection shingle, which is going to be left natural as well. The chimneys consist of a Danish blend manufactured by manufacturers Glengarry. Windows on this house are going to be a Marvin Ultimate, which is an aluminum clad product, and we're going with a cadet gray. Simulated divided light muttons, and they're going to be mostly they're pretty much all casement windows. Columns are 12 by 12 square columns. They're also going to be painted gray to match the color of the trim and the windows. Patios are bluestone. We have brick risers, which would match the brick chimneys. And all our, I think we have sconces over by the garage door, which would be a dark sky compliant product that I've used in the past. That's pretty much it.
board members.
I think it looks pretty swell. I don't have objections to the house.
I like the house.
Thank you.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I know what you're gonna say.
It's okay.
You
We
don't
I
like
know.
those
take
curves.
those front.
Yeah.
It's the
No. It's we
The
can go back to
columns.
that. No, he didn't. We'll clarify the shingled columns. I don't have them. We don't.
No, but
I'm not presenting the shingled
You got
columns.
this really heavy detail on the columns that it just feels heavy for the rest of the house and atypical to what we would see in the Hamptons.
But I kind of like it that it doesn't look
It's
like all the other ones.
73 Pleasant has. It might look a little heavy on the rendering, but it's a similar column profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like at least,
It looks heavy right here just because you can't see the joint, but if you look on the 2D rendering, it's going to be an actual bracket that has a little bit of, it's smaller than the actual column is.
I like it.
Anybody else?
I don't I do think it's a little
Okay.
different, so.
My only question is the roof line on the front left, looking at the house, how it's clipped in. And I see why you did it. Front sweep
East.
down the left from the front door.
All right.
That's my only sort of like funny thing that you don't see around
This?
town. Yep, that clip.
You could flip it off.
On Corrigan, we have a similar salt box
But we-
kind of proportion. Yeah.
We've straightened a lot of these out before with some of your houses.
Yeah.
I'd actually think it would be good to get rid of that too.
I think I'm on board with that needs to be straightened out.
Are we talking about this?
That little
You're
ribbon
talking about
coming
the
down.
On the left side,
Yeah.
left.
Over here?
Where there's a
Yes.
dormer.
the angled sweep of the roof line.
Well, maybe it's just
The ankle sweep.
You know, it
maybe
might be
it's
the
the
pers-
depiction. I'm not sure it's as bad as we said.
Well, look at the line drawing.
Let's look at let's look at the 2D. Maybe it's just the perspective. If you're looking straight on or talking about
I
this.
think, yeah, we've talked about
It's
this
this right
before,
here.
like, that sort of sense of borrowed history where you have like swaying roof lines. And you've got them sort of on the right and the left. They balance each other out, actually.
Yeah, that's what this is
But I
a
don't-
bigger. Yeah.
You don't like it swaying? I'm not saying.
No,
I think you're gonna like that because it had a little
Down
character
this
to it.
side.
Again, it's not what we like. The question is, do we think it's appropriate?
Well,
Okay.
I think
haven't seen that.
the interior standards, right, don't they tell us that if it's too similar to a contributing structure and it's not, it gives a false sense of history?
Well,
Yes.
I wouldn't, I'm not going on that part of it. I think the question is, I think it looks like
Right, you don't see it from that
an
side.
adaptation. I
Here.
mean, it looks like
It's,
a,
right, it's clipped on the other side, right.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know.
That's my only comment.
Cotswolds.
What? It's a little Cotswolds.
Yes.
Well,
I think.
it's not the worst
okay,
thing.
I agree.
Okay, yeah.
Well, but I think what I'm hearing is you're not getting, I think what you're hearing is that that sort of Cotswold sense of borrowed history is not flying with what I'm hearing from several board members.
I'm not saying no to it.
But I like it at the same time.
Well, then the question is, was it a deal killer for you? Would you-
No.
I mean, if we were to look at the floor plan.
Oh, the
it
floor
is
plan
pretty-
is, the floor plan's not gonna matter. It's
No,
just the
no,
end of
I'm
the
ju-
roof. The
yeah,
floor
I'm
plan
just-
is not
this
gonna
is
matter.
only
No, I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I would
But
just
hang
say
on.
to build up
Yeah.
some
Jane, where are
type
you
of.
coming out on this?
I'm fine with it because I think it's got some oddities that I actually like. Gives it a little character. It's not cookie cutter.
But- I know.
I don't disagree with her.
Uh-huh.
That's,
The quirky part is,
Okay.
you've got
Is-
so much
right.
of this going on over
Right.
there. Right?
I don't think it's a deal killer.
Okay.
Personally, for me, I like the.
The only thing I'm going to say is one of the things in the code is about sameness, and one of our and your design signatures are so strong, and the amount of work you're doing on streets that are getting closer and closer to each other. We have a lot of houses that we can all know your houses. So that's just a comment I'm going to make, because at some point we're going to say this is too much like a house that's next door. We already had the compound, but even
Right.
in your materials, in your coloring, in your detailing, everything, they're all so similar, and they're getting closer and closer together. At some point, it's going to be too much for the neighborhood, because it's starting to look. That's when things start to look like developed neighborhoods, when you have too many houses that are similar that are too close to each other. It apparently happened around here in like 1924, because there's 5 houses in the village that all look identical that were built at the same time. We've renovated most of them now, but we're starting to see all these details of your houses being so similar. At some point, we're going to ask to see a departure, so
Yeah.
the streets start to look that they have individual personality. But with that, I'm going to, any comments from the public? Please.
I live at 94.
Start by introducing
Sorry,
yourself, please.
Tracy Dietrich.
Hello, Tracy.
Hi. I live at 94 Bishop's Lane, which is on the other, are you familiar with these
We drive around.
offshoots from Bishop's Lane? Right. My aunt and my husband co-own 84 Bishop's Lane, which is on the same cutout as this. I think it's a very nice addition to the neighborhood. I just have one objection. If I could just point something out to you, if you could look at like the sky level down on the plot, what you'll see is this house has 2 entrances off of the little lane, one for a parking pad and one for the garage. There are 2 issues with that. One is it's the only house of the 8 houses that has that. So it's not consistent. And none of them have a direct shot right into the garage that everybody's going to look at as they drive by, or the other 2 houses that are past this one, actually. So it makes me feel like in some of the older neighborhoods, some of the places that I've lived, where you get these houses that are along a street that have no driveways and no garages, but you go around back to an alley, and that's where all the garages are exposed to. So I feel a little bit like it's an alley with that setup. There is a house, what's next to us? 90 Bishop's Lane has a similar layout with a parking pad and a garage on the side. But there's only one entryway, which would be in this hedge, per se. And then the garage is turned so that the opening is facing the inside, so that you can't see it from the street.
Well, I'm trying to actually visualize. So you're talking about from the common driveway, the
From
two.
the common drive, right?
There's two parking pad accesses.
One in front is a parking pad
Right.
for cars, and then there's one on the back for the garage. And the garage faces that, opening faces that, right? It's the only one in all of houses that have garages that faces directly onto the road with a very short, there's no hedging to hide that. If you turn that garage and connect the parking pad to the garage, then there's only one entrance, and then the rest of us don't have to stare into his garage all the time.
How can you do that? They're far apart.
I'm not,
If you've got the,
yeah, but you're gonna have to sit at the mic so the public can hear you, or go to this microphone.
sorry, okay. So if you have, whatever this one.
Yeah.
Okay. If you look, you've got one entrance right away into the parking
That's a
pad.
parking pad.
And then you go back further, then you've got a direct entrance into the detached garage.
Right.
Okay. So no other house on these two lanes has two entrances off of the road. Okay. Is that a crime? No, it's not a crime against humanity. But it does make me feel like I live on an alley if somebody could just pull right straight into their garage and I have to stare at that when I drive by. So what I'm asking is to consider is turning the garage, so connecting the garage to the parking pad along the side of the house. 90 Bishop's Lane.
Here's what I think is gonna be the problem with that, is the village parking requirements. Because you have to park X number of cars on a lot, and you're not allowed to have to move more than one car to get off. So if you do that, you're not allowed to stack cars down a driveway that way.
They don't.
We run into this because the amount of cars is, how many bedrooms in your house? 6, 7?
Yeah, and then you need 5 stalls, right?
So you have 5
One less,
stalls.
yeah.
So it's set up this way so you don't have to back. My question, instead of changing the garage, my question would be, could the parking pad enter off of Bishop's, or is it too crowded there?
The biggest thing for me is the approach to the actual front, the front door.
Right.
So, and I actually, when I spoke to the building inspector about this, they were considering this to be actually a corner lot. And I was weighing in my head, I know you guys don't like garage doors facing the street.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me put this garage as far back, and we've had other instances where Main Street, say Corrigan, was a corner lot, and I put it all the way back. Unfortunately for the neighbor, they are gonna see it, but the general public that's going, most of the people won't see it. So that was my goal. Unfortunately, you live on that,
Yeah.
the common drive, but if it was a corner lot, this would be acceptable.
I mean, if 90 Bishop's Lane has a garage that's turned,
All right, I think at this point, you've told us what your concern is.
Okay.
And then we'll take it into consideration. We don't start redesigning projects here, so, but.
But you understand what I'm saying, right?
I understand what your concern is.
It's not, yes, I know the general public doesn't see it, but, we have to live with it.
I understand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
It's a very
much.
nice house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Please come forward.
Hi, my name is Camilla Bernhardt. I live at 88 Bishop's Lane. Just had a question about that common driveway. Like, how are you going to make that piece, that quarter piece? Like we were saying, it has 2 entrance ways. The first one is right, like 20 feet in, right? So cars could potentially see that as they go up and down. And Bishop's Lane is a busy road.
Yes, it is. It's one of the reasons why it's hard to actually make the entrance onto Bishop's Lane, which is why you turn into the alley, because it's safer for the car.
Right, exactly. So I'm just wondering what, if anything, you're going to do to the side of the driveway that abuts the property, Are you going to add curbs? Are you going to leave it similar, like right now it's sort of just grass and rocks?
Oh, do you have a landscape plan that goes down that, or a curbing plan that goes down that?
Yeah,
or
we're
do you
gonna have, I mean,
what do
we're
you
gonna have a metal edging and it's gonna turn into pea gravel.
But you don't have a landscape plan that goes down, the landscape plan that goes down.
But in this rendering, it shows privet or
Yeah, a lower privet on the front,
something.
yes.
Oh,
One-
you
one thing
can't,
maybe-
you can't speak from the audience, you have to
I
come
was
back
gonna say
up.
one thing, I don't think I can directly.
No, you can't. You have to
Right.
address
One
on
thing
the
I
split
wanted
board.
to bring to everyone's attention, when I originally was brought this project, I actually preferred to not come off of the common driveway, and they said I have to because of the subdivision that was created. So their concerns unfortunately forced me to come off of the common driveway.
Okay.
When the subdivision was made, just so you know. Yeah.
Okay.
I preferred typically coming off of.
Right.
They
Right.
actually said.
Yeah.
Right. And then they questioned
But
that
I
this would
think
be
the
a-
question here is, along the driveway, you're going to put a metal edging. And is there landscaping that goes along there?
Yes, we're gonna have privets, there's gonna be foundation plantings. We're gonna try to maintain the existing plantings on the south side. I do not have a landscape plan.
Okay. Was that your question? I don't want to speak for you.
It doesn't sound like he's prepared to answer the question right now, because he doesn't have it.
Well, your question is,
My question is he going to alter it? So right now, it's just a very simple driveway with 4 entranceways. You go up and it pairs
Right.
off. So I want to know, and it's separate, and it's similar all the way around.
Right.
A little patch of grass, and then the grass just sort of melts into the stone, and that's it. So the question is, are you going to put curbs? Are you going to add, are you going to want blacktop instead of stone?
Are you going to change it in
like
any
that?
way, or are you going to match existing?
No, it's gonna match existing. If anything, there are gonna be low plants around there, but the existing, this in the rendering, no, we're not touching that. It's gonna be left natural. We're
And you're not
touching-
making the road wider
No.
or narrower?
No, we're not touching that.
So the road will look the same?
Just the 2 new curb cuts with pea gravel, and there will be a metal edging around the actual driveway.
Does that help?
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the driveway itself, so what he does in the property, like around that,
Okay.
is.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we understand. Next.
Hello, I'm Clarissa from 80 Bishops Lane.
Got all the Bishops Lane
Yeah,
tonight.
the whole cul-de-sac has arrived here. And mine is just, I guess, to clarify with that, I too, my first, well, just clarifying that would really be, I guess, because it's a common driveway perhaps. So maybe that's the question, is it extending beyond the Belgian blocks to the common driveway that we have? And maybe that's the part that was trying to be clarified, and I'm not sure. But my second question also then would be, on my side, I actually share a berm with this property, and I'd be curious then if we're gonna have any landscaping impacted. Are they going to be working at all, extending beyond sort of the construction here into some of the trees or any of that? Because there is, I believe, a shared element there. If that happens, that could impact perhaps the trees on our side of the berm or affect the nature in some aspect, and I would like to find out
Okay.
if there are any implications to our.
Well, the berm is on your property.
The berm is on our property. I believe there's, this is actually what I want to find out more, is if there's any sort of shared, I believe it's overlapping slightly, but that's something the previous tenant.
To be
the
perfectly honest with
cameras-
you, I hear your
All
question,
right.
but I hear you. I actually think that's a question for the building inspector.
Yeah, so I'm
Because that's a
gonna find out
property line,
more,
that's a
yeah.
property line question. That's not a design or architecture question, unless
Okay.
you have an answer you want to
Well,
proffer. But
I will bring it up to my client about
there
that.
any
That is a
landscaping-
yes, and this is not just for this property. I think it goes without saying, any property that has neighboring or adjacent properties, that we're not gonna be disturbing that or cutting trees down that would affect yours. The local, like the neighboring property. So
Yeah.
I'll bring that to my clients.
Are there rules when this was subdivided or created? Do you know? I'd like,
Not that I
there's
know,
some places have
my
that.
biggest thing was I wasn't really sure how to handle the common driveway, and obviously the neighbors are concerned about that.
But there must be some kind of rules for the common driveway, no?
I spoke to the building department about
They
this
don't know that
multiple
there's
times.
nothing-
They didn't bring anything up. All they said
Because
is
it's
I cannot come
private.
off of
It's
the
that, it's private property.
It's a private
I live in
road.
a
Is it a
long
private
flag
road?
lot, so there are rules.
I could speak to Chris about that.
Well, they're supposed to find
Well,
out if
it
they're in
doesn't
a-
sound like it's the purview of this board.
No,
It sounds
that's
like,
what I
it
think
sounds like
it's
this is a
them.
purview of the
They're-
building inspector. I understand what your
Yeah, and
concern,
I'm-
I understand what your concern is, because
Yeah.
this is actually a property line issue.
Yeah, and I've been up
Property
with-
line, property line and ownership issue of a common shared driveway.
Yeah.
Which is not actually us, not actually us.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I've been up there a few times
Okay.
already on some matters, so I will go back and ask as well.
Yeah,
I do
too.
Okay.
Who-
If
So
if
what-
I'm
what
there
did you
when you're-
say your
If I'm
last
there
name
when you're there,
was?
I'll help you ask the question, because I understand what you're trying to ask.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
What did
There
you
must-
say your last name was?
Mine, Lasky,
Okay.
L-A-S-K-Y.
Isn't, there should be like rules about who, when you repave the common driveway, you know, don't you all have to pay for it?
I will find out. I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's
There'll
some
be a
kind of
shared
rules
element
in
that
your
will-
deeds,
Yes.
Right.
by the way.
Yeah, so that would be,
So that would be your situation, not the village's.
I'm gonna look into it too, Don,
Yeah,
and see what I can.
but
well, you
I'm
need to know
pretty
too,
sure
because apparently you
there's-
guys got
Yeah,
the
I
long
know your
shared
concern,
driveway that
yeah.
has, we need to have like neighbor harmony here with the shared
Yeah,
driveway.
no, it's not.
Yes, sir.
Alistair Merrick. I own 84 Bishop's Lane, which is the flag lot along with the Laskys. Very simply to the developer, I think you need to look at the surveys, because the surveys will show that the access road, the center access road belongs to the back two lots, 84 and 80 Bishop's Lane. So they need to consider that before they do any alterations to the access road. Pull the surveys, and then you'll see what the flag lots look
Who
like.
said they were doing it?
Well, he
Again,
hasn't made clear that he's
not
not.
RB.
Okay, I hear you. I think though this goes back to an issue
Yeah.
with the building department, because what you're actually talking about would be they're having a prescriptive right to use a driveway that's owned by you, I think. But that's not us. But I understand what you're saying, but just the purview of that decision does not lie with this board.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
As long as the architect understands.
Yes, I understand.
I just want to be clear, this is Tracy Dietrich again. Your first curb cut to go into the parking pad there, is it beyond, we have a Belgian block apron on that
Right.
road, it's pretty big, and so I just want to make sure that your entrance is going to go past that, so you're not going to disturb the Belgian block
Okay.
apron?
No.
Okay.
Your curb cut will be behind the existing behind the existing Belgian
confirm
pad.
all these concerns. I'll confirm with Chris before. He's
Okay.
not going to grant the permit without, if we're actually damaging property in the
Right.
common driveway. So I'll confirm all that stuff with the inspector.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Okay. Board members, any other comments? Nobody online? Okay. With that, then, I am going to motion to approve the plan for 72 Bishop's Lane based on drawings presented on November 10th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
That brings us up to 26 Cobblefield Lane.
Good evening, board members.
Hello,
CMX
Sammy.
Sami, Safi Sami, for representing the client, Wittig residents, the Wittigs, 26 Cobblefield.
We have the affidavits and they're in order.
Oh, thank you. One second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they put the notice for next meeting. So it's just sitting in the box. Okay.
Okay.
Al, let me just clarify that. We have, and what I was asking is, we all have plans for Pond Lane, but they're in our box because it's being noticed for next meeting.
Pond Lane?
261 or something.
261 Pond, was that noted?
251.
Did they just bring everything in and it's noticed in the paper for the next meeting, which is why it's in our box, because it's not on the agenda?
Let me double check. I'm sure that's right.
Okay, but while we do that, we'll go back to my friend sitting at the table and 26 Cobblefield. Yeah, I think it's, okay.
Okay, thank you. We are having an existing house here that we're doing some minor modifications and additions to. The house was built in the mid-80s. It's part of the Cobblefield subdivision. It's a small lot, 7,500 square feet. They recently purchased the property, and we're basically cleaning up the house and improving certain aspects of it. I will show you some existing photos just to give you an idea of what's there right now. This is the front of the house. It's got two wings with a ridge line connecting the two wings, and one stoop over the access to the entry. And additions were made on the second floor, a shed dormer in the front and a shed dormer in the back, which you can see in this photo. The modification is in the front, introducing a front porch, a 3-bay front porch, and also a ridge with a gable end, both in the front and the back, connecting these two wings. And also in the rear, a minor 140-foot footprint addition, which is extending the seating in the kitchen and a bay window on the second floor. The new dormer and the roof ridge line connects basically the two wings and brings a bit of more of a cohesiveness to the architecture of the existing house. Besides that, we're painting the siding, the existing siding. We're introducing wood cedar shingles for the roof, new windows. Some of the circular windows we're removing, and that's about it.
Well,
Board members.
I think it's an improvement.
Yep, me
Big
too.
improvement.
It's, so, what could we say?
Yeah.
And using shingles.
Yeah, it's cleaned up.
It's cleaned
you
up.
know,
It's much better.
cleaned up.
Garage door windows are big, but it's all right.
Yeah.
And of course, changing the garage doors,
What?
changing also the
Yeah,
garage
the
doors to
windows are
something
kind
a
of
little
big,
bit more
but
historic, I
that'd be
think.
my only comment.
But aren't they already there?
No. The garage doors are solid currently.
Oh, the windows, what are we talking about? Where do you think the windows are too big?
The garage doors.
Oh, the garage
Oh,
doors.
my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
I
Oh, wait a
have
minute.
windows in
On
my
page,
garage.
wait a minute, on page, are they supposed to look like A204?
What's this?
Or-
Isn't that the garage, or am I crazy?
No, just for clarification.
A204. So the top photos, the top drawings in both drawings are the existing, and the bottom ones are the proposed.
On A204?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute.
wait, but those are windows. Those are
No.
doors.
Because when I look at the rendering on R1, you've got one gang of windows on A204, and you've got two gangs of windows on R1.
That was modified. By the way, this has been approved by the homeowners association, and
Oh.
that's one of the requests that they had. Originally, we had two gangs of windows,
Yeah.
and then they said they prefer one, so we reduced
Oh.
it to
Because
one.
the R1 rendering is incorrect. So the correct one is the elevation at A204.
Correct.
Okay, well then I'm fine.
I think
Right,
I,
thought those
me
were-
I
too. Yeah,
submitted the modified versions. I think we forgot
Okay.
to
Hey.
take out the.
No, I
Yeah,
got it.
that's
Relax,
fine.
Yeah.
relax
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
there.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Are there any comments from the public?
Such passive characters.
All right, so then I'm going to motion to approve the application for 26 Cobblefield Road from drawings presented on stamped September 26th, presented on November the 11th, with the stipulation that the garage doors have one gang of windows that reflect page A2.04. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Find
So
this
you said it's the HOA first.
Yeah.
And then, because they're like condos almost, aren't
No, they're
Is
different, distinct houses.
Alex,
they? No, but they, aren't they?
did your
don't they have
Wi-Fi
like
go
a-
out?
Similar, yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
that takes us to driveway gates. The first two, actually, are
That's the
2 Gin
other
Lane
one I
and 2 Meadow Lane LLC.
This was about the color,
Oh,
which
color
she
material.
supplied.
Right.
And I have no objection, so now I think it's okay.
Yep.
We just needed her to specify.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would like to say it's,
I'll
she said
figure
it
it
was
out.
green, but we wanted to know specifically
Okay.
last time. So that's
So-
what this is about.
Okay, so
And
you
you've got a
guys,
big patch
you
there.
guys didn't get you got the answer you wanted. You've looked at it. Are you happy? Any
Happy
comments?
enough.
Yeah, happy
comments?
enough. It's fine.
Well, any comments? Because there's a lot of them. All right.
There's two of them.
Yeah. They met, okay.
They're around the corner from each
Yeah,
other.
and the
Yeah.
black forest green, you guys are happy.
Yeah.
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 It's actually, it's far less black
Yeah.
than this. It's far less, that color is far less, more green than that.
I think we've seen that color before.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to, any comments from the public?
Right?
Okay, then I'm going to motion to move to written decision to accept the application for 2 Meadow and 2 Gin Lane for driveway gates for drawings dated October 29, 25th that have been clarified in black forest green, historic color 187. Benjamin Moore, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That takes me now to New Meadows Gates. The first one is 370 Great Plains Road.
We have the
We've got the
affidavits in
windows
their
up.
Got that
order.
heater, I'm like,
I know.
I overrode the
For years we
heater.
complained how cold it is in here.
turtlenecks,
Yes. For years we complained about how cold this room is.
We're having trouble
Yeah, it's
getting
boiling
onto the
today.
Wi-Fi. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We've been just
We
trying
have
to-
everything here.
So we're just gonna put everything in.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
we can't help you with that.
No, I know.
All right.
Sorry.
That's why we still bring paper prints.
I know.
I'm big on the paper.
Look at you all prepared and shit. This is good.
And then I
Okay.
have the renderings, if you want
Okay.
us to go through that, or.
Well, just talk about how tall they are.
Yes, go through it.
and what
Please go
size
go
they
through
are,
it for the
what color
public.
they are, And what's the material? How's that?
Melissa
much
Davidovich, Botanic
transparency?
Environmental. I'm here for 370 Great Plains Road. I'm here with Melissa Rivas, Ed Hollander, Landscape Design Architecture. And we're here for driveway gates. And they're pretty standard driveway gates in Southampton Village.
Beautiful. Okay,
Beautiful,
so
yes.
we're at 370 Great Plains. We currently have 2 driveway entries and 2 gates, but we're going down to a single driveway entry, a single gate. This is
You're
a.
gonna face that towards you.
It looks cool like that, though.
All right, there you go. So we're going to a white painted wooden gate. It is 6'10" in the center. We did the transparency calculations to get it around 40%.
You mean greater than 40%?
Greater.
40%?
Yes,
Greater than
greater
40%.
than 40%. But it's a pretty standard gate, like Melissa said. It is, we have just a picket style gate, wooden columns, and a pretty traditional cap on that column.
And your call gate is on the pier?
I'm sorry?
Street numbers?
We don't have a street number on here, but we do have the call box on the pier.
Okay.
Board members, any comments, any questions?
I think it looks fine.
They're lovely.
Okay.
Fine.
Yay.
Anybody from the public? Oh, them. All right, so motion to approve the gate application for 370 Great Plains Road dated October 31, presented on November 10th. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Which brings us up to
No,
1750
750.
Meadow
Oh, yeah,
Lane.
you're right. I don't even know if I have that.
Anybody here?
Here.
1750 Meadow Lane?
Moot point then.
We have the affidavits and they're in order.
Oh,
Whoa,
thank you.
that's good.
Anybody coming in?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, good evening. Matt Horvath, LaGuardia Design Landscape Architects.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you. If you could volume up.
Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Okay. Hey, Matt Horvath, Landscape Architect with LaGuardia Design Group. We have a driveway gate here today, 1750 Meadow Lane. Pull this up. So this house, currently under construction, house designed by Stella Matrahani Architects. It was before the board last year at some point. And really the detailing on this driveway gate matches the architectural screen. We have a 2-inch tall horizontal board with a 6-inch spacing on center there. So it meets the village transparency requirements at 75%. The wood is Sapelli mahogany, left to silver out naturally. The framing is an anodized aluminum, powder coated to match the architecture again, just keying off of those details. And the piers are a Madras gray, sandblasted, a very kind of like a pale gray natural stone for those piers.
Okay.
In your little itty bitty drawings, how far off the road are the gates?
They are from the street edge 36 feet.
Perfect. Okay.
And how tall are the gates? They look
way back.
exceptionally tall.
What's he say?
The height of the gate
internet. I have no answers.
Okay.
is 6'9".
6'9"?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have any objections.
Board members?
Looks
good.
Looks
Okay.
good.
Mr. Public? Okay. Then motion to accept the application for gates for 1750 Meadow Lane
Second.
from drawings presented on November 10th, 2025. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Thank you.
Which takes us, thank you. Which takes us to 67 Lee Avenue.
Which is a giant folder.
We have the affidavits in
And
there in
then-
order.
Do?
We do.
And you're back.
Good evening, board members. CMX Sammy, representing Leaders Team LLC. Alex and Isabel Legal are owners, and Mr. Legal is here tonight. For front gates, we were in front of your board last year for an addition made to that house, which we completed. One of the elements of that was a front porch, extension of a front porch, and a porte cochere in the front yard. The house sits deep in the lot. Majority of the property is in the front yard. The main reason why we're coming in front for a gate is primarily because of the traffic on Lee Avenue, to provide a modicum of privacy. In that, we have in front of you two different proposals. One proposal conforms to the 40% plus transparency requirement. The other one reduces that to 30%. And we respectfully request you to approve in this special exception case the 30%, because we have traffic sitting all summer and even winter. Like for instance, last week, which we can show a photo of last week's traffic at around 5 o'clock as it started getting dark. Sitting on Lee Avenue, trying to make that left turn onto Hill Street. So there's no privacy in the front of the house, especially this winter time, the lights. So we just want to shield the height of the cars from the front yard when they're sitting on their porch. And in this exceptional case, I would request the board to consider a variation of the transparency and reducing it by 10%. It's the same design in both cases. We have a paneled base and a slatted top, which to a height of 7 foot and change, 7 foot 3 inches for the posts and slightly less for the gates.
Board members. No, the gate transparency is a policy, and it's a policy that's set by this board. My concern is once you break the policy,
Yeah.
and we've been
Me
very
too.
specific about it,
Yeah.
I'm not really
No,
a fan.
And I hate how it looks like. a
And
wall
also, the house sits
community.
far back and the driveway is curved, and I understand what the issue is, but like, we have a lot of streets in the historic district that have traffic right
Yeah.
now until they cure it. And I feel sorry for all of them, but I think from a precedent standpoint, I would not be comfortable breaking the 30% option.
I mean,
You may,
You have to come up,
you can
introduce
when
yourself.
I ask for comment, but just give me 1 sec. Board members.
I feel the same way.
Agree.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Alex Lee. I'm the owner of the property. And so the burden of the traffic is all summer and for years now. And so we have been in this room many, many times with the mayor and the board.
I know you guys are well
discussed that,
organized.
You know that. And it's really hard. They standing there looking, staring at the porch because they can either look at their mobiles and wait until they move on. And it's almost no privacy. That's why we were asking to consider this, and it would help a lot that we can sit outside, otherwise we cannot sit outside. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, this is raising the bar 18 inches only from the 40%.
I understand.
Yes.
My perspective is I would not be comfortable breaking the precedent. Anyone else?
Me too. I'm just gonna have everybody over these
Because
little
every single,
California
everybody come back
trees.
and redraw the gates.
A walled community.
You okay with the short,
I mean,
you okay with the more transparent version?
I mean, that's why we did submit the two options.
I understand.
I don't think that any of us, including the board, has an issue with the design. It's the issue
No.
of privacy.
Well, the question is, I think if you're comfortable with the 30%, we will, the shorter, the more transparent of the two, I think you have approval tonight. If not, you're welcome to come back with another thought. But I don't think you're going to approval for the 30% exposure tonight. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Then.
Okay?
Okay.
Any comments from the public? No. Okay, therefore, motion to accept the application for the gate application for 67 Lee Avenue from gate drawings presented on November the 10th for the acceptance for page A1.0, which is the larger transparency of the two gates presented. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay. Board members, before we close tonight, we have one other issue, which is the proposed holiday calendar. I only have, I went through the calendar and looked at every date for 2026. Thank you, Alex and team. And my question would be, besides the fact that they're all dated 2025, they're actually 2026. My thing would be not Monday, December the 28th. I think we only have one meeting in December.
Okay, I agree.
I agree.
No one comes
Agree.
otherwise.
Well, I looked at all the other dates against holidays and Jewish holidays
Me
and the things
too.
we normally, and they're all clear, so. In October, we only have one meeting, and then in December, we'd have one meeting. All right?
So you're just striking the last date?
We're just striking
Yeah,
December
correct.
28th. Yeah. You all
Great.
cool?
Yeah.
Good. We don't need to vote on that. All right. So with that, then I motion to adjourn the November 10th meeting of the Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.